Why did 3 different hotel staff members think I was a child? I'm 26, recently divorced, and treating myself to a weekend getaway at this mountain resort. My ex always said I'd never amount to anything without him, so I booked the most expensive suite just to prove him wrong. I'm feeling confident and independent for the first time in years. Saturday morning, I head to the hotel gym at 6 a.m. The fitness instructor takes one look at me and says, "Sorry, sweetie, you need to be at least 14 to use the equipment. Is your mom or dad staying here?" I'm wearing my brand new workout gear and feeling great about finally getting back in shape. I show him my room key and explain I'm a guest. He examines it like I stole it, then reluctantly lets me use the treadmill while watching me like a hawk. Later that afternoon, I'm at the hotel's outdoor adventure desk trying to book a ziplining excursion. The guide immediately shakes his head and says, "Sorry, kiddo, you need parental consent for extreme activities. We can't take minors without signed waivers." I'm confused and pull out my driver's license. He studies it for a full minute, calls his supervisor over, and they both look at me like I'm trying to scam them with a fake ID. The breaking point comes that evening at the hotel's fancy steakhouse. I'm celebrating my newfound freedom with a solo dinner when the manager approaches my table. "Miss, I'm sorry, but we've had complaints from other guests about an unaccompanied child in our fine dining establishment. This really isn't appropriate for someone your age." I'm mortified. Other diners are staring and whispering. One elderly woman actually gets up from her table and walks over, placing her hand on my shoulder. "Honey, where are your parents? Should we call hotel security to help find them?" Her voice is so loud that half the restaurant turns to look. The manager brings over a children's coloring book and crayons, setting them down next to my $40 steak dinner. "Maybe this will keep you occupied until your family arrives," he says with a patronizing smile. I'm so embarrassed I can barely speak, but it gets worse. The server approaches with what I assume is my check, but instead places a kid's cup with a bendy straw and apple juice in front of me. "On the house, sweetie. And don't worry, we called the front desk to locate your room. They're sending someone from guest services to escort you back safely." At this point, I'm dying inside. A security guard appears at my table, walkie-talkie, crackling. "Is this the missing child from room 847? He asks the manager. I frantically wave my hands and pull out my wallet, showing every form of ID I own. The security guard looks at my credit card, then at me, then back at the card like he's trying to solve a puzzle. The entire restaurant has gone quiet. Everyone is watching this bizarre scene unfold. A couple at the next table is literally recording with their phone, probably thinking they're witnessing some kind of child abandonment case. Finally, after what feels like hours, they accept that I'm actually an adult. The security guard apologizes awkwardly and retreats. The manager comps to my entire meal out of embarrassment. As I'm leaving, I hear the elderly woman whisper to her husband, "That poor child looks so mature for her age. Kids grow up too fast these days." I walk back to my suite in complete defeat, still carrying the coloring book because I was too flustered to leave it behind. The front desk clerk sees me and cheerfully calls out, "Did you have fun at dinner, sweetie? Your babysitter should be here soon." There was no babysitter. I'm a grown woman with a master's degree and a mortgage. That's when I catch my reflection in the restaurant window. I'm 3 feet 11 inches with a round baby face that apparently looks 12 years old. I'm wearing a sundress with cartoon pineapples that I thought was cute and trendy, but clearly screams middle school field trip. My hair is in space buns because I was trying to look fun and youthful, and I'm carrying a sparkly fanny pack because it seemed practical. I came here to prove I could be sophisticated and independent, but instead I've spent the entire weekend being mistaken for a runaway kid at summer camp. The worst part? I actually started coloring in the book while waiting for my check because the anxiety was too much to handle.